Hello class, and welcome to the second to last episode of my cave story walkthrough. So you only get this specific instance of this area if you do all the stuff for the best ending. It has a secret effect that drops all weapons to level 1, so you might want to be careful of that, but there is an experience refill station right before the final boss of this area. So just be careful of all the jumping people and spikes. There's a neat little trick in this area. If you have the booster 2.0 and you walk off an edge, you will actually, and you use it right as you walk off the edge, you'll actually get a perfect horizontal boost. That's a useful effect in my opinion. So basically, the main purpose of this area is just testing your skill with the booster and your weapons. So you just have to be pretty much perfect in this area. In fact, even though this area is incredibly hard, even though this is even easier than the last area of the game, I still had to retry this plenty of times. Now you may see all the red heart pickups and experience. This is put in there by the director to compensate for the drop of experience levels and ridiculous number of obstacles and enemy placement. So as you can see, it really does require pristine timing for the horizontal jump trick. But if you master it, you'll be pretty much set in this area. And just get out of the water. As you can tell, the red water is harmful to your health. Not only does it let you not only does it make you not able to see while you're in it, it deals 10 damage when you land in it. So just be careful of the spikes, be careful of the bats. The bats do infinitely spawn, so you can grind them for health points should you want to, but I don't think it's a really effective method. So there, you just have to be absolutely perfect in this area. It gets annoying after a while, but once you finally master it, it'll be the most rewarding thing you ever do in a video game. Trust me on that. Anyway, over here, up here, and here's another repeat of the area, but without the platform, so you have to time it perfectly. So you might have seen the Red Ochre up above. That is the boss of this area, but there's still more area after him. Contains one of the hardest challenges ever. Anyway. Ooh, fortunately he missed us, so he didn't take damage. So we should be set. So you can break the experience takes if you want to, but the only weapon we really need is the spur. The beam effect is quite useful for enemies in this area. So as you can see, it's just one of the guardian people, except he shoots 3 at once and he has more health. So it's a pretty simple boss. He gives you the Medal of the Red Ochre, which is a no-use item that just says that you beat the Red Ochre, and now you have to go through the entire area without getting hit by any more of the obstacles. It's a really tough challenge, especially because the area is still ridiculously hard. Now if you don't want to go through this, there actually is an easier version of this area. Should you so choose, I would definitely recommend that for your first playthrough, to just not save Curly Brace, and instead go for instead just go for the basic last cave, and perhaps get better items after you've watched this walkthrough and gotten ready for your second playthrough. So as you can see, there are the presses. You just have to run between them and clear out all the enemies. And now there's a big press run that requires you to master the horizontal jump trick, because otherwise the presses will crush you. Now you have to be absolutely perfect. If you're not perfect, you will die, and you'll have to restart the entire area again. That took me like twice to master, but, well, the horizontal jump trick I had to learn in a walkthrough video. Anyway, here we are on the very top of the island. The statue doesn't have anything interesting. And off this way, it tells you that you'll fall beyond this point, and it will be an instant death, and you'll have to restart the entire area because there is no save point just yet. So, as you may have guessed already, the main enemy in this area is Enraged Mimiga, like the mini-boss. Fortunately, we have the spur, which pretty much one-hit kills everything in existence. So that is the helicopter that the research team arrived on. And in here is the glorious save point. Let's go ahead and take a look at this bookcase. So it's Professor Booster's memo. Let's go ahead and read it. So he says, we're going to need some kind of airborne mobility device, which is why he developed the booster rockets. Not sure why it's 0.08, 0.8 and 2.0, but okay. There's actually a little tiny blurb at the end if he actually died. It's like quote thinking like, if he survived. So anyway, so there's Igor again, except he's still ridiculously overpowered. He still does quite a bit of damage, and he's got pretty much about as much health as he did when he was a boss. Fortunately, this is the only copy of him in this area, and he still drops a lot of experience. So, before we head into the boss room, right up here through these corridors, there is a little secret I have to show you guys. So up here, and up here, and this is a secret I discovered myself. It's full of experience, and health, and missiles. So that's the end of the road. If you go up, it'll teleport you back to the prefab building. So anyway, in here is experience galore, heart health to refill in case you lost it while fighting Igor or something, and missiles as well, containing the walls. So yeah, we're gonna have to make a few trips, but that's pretty much it. We're just gonna refill all our weapons to max because you never know when you might need one. Now you will have to fight Igor every time you come back through here. I sped it up 10x just so you guys don't have to sit through me grinding all the time. So yeah, so the next boss is, in my opinion, one of the most annoying in the game. It is actually a 4-tier boss fight with no saves in between. So you're gonna have to fight through 4 different bosses with no save points. Now they do start out pretty easy, but trust me, it gets annoying later. So you're gonna want to be as prepared as you can, especially because the last boss is actually 3 bosses at once. So here we are in the throne room, and there is Misery. So guess what? She's the first tier of the 4-tier boss fight. So basically just hit her with a fully charged spur at the beginning if you can, and just avoid her attacks. Now once you do learn them, it's very easy to avoid them. Basically the trick with most of them is to just keep moving. I like to fight in this area down here because it's a little bit lower and it's easier to dodge her attacks. Now she does spawn the bats and the balls, which block all attacks. The bats are a good source to replenish your heart health in case you lose any, like I did there. And yeah. So just now she has 4 of them as she gets lower in health. So it can get pretty annoying. But the trick with pretty much all her attacks is to just keep moving. So if you can do that, you're set. So anyway, the spur is a very effective weapon in this area, but pretty much anything that hits hard can be useful. But you're going to want to save your missiles until later. So don't waste your missiles, because you're going to want them in the later boss fights. So anyway, she gets away again. So yeah. Anyway, there's a path leading up, but we can't go back to the prefab shelter either. So let's just head up here. The King's Table. Here is where all the captured Mimiga that did not want to be used as weapons went. And here's the Doctor himself with some experience. With some stuff to say. Basically, what he's saying is he made a red flower crystal that works on humans as well. So basically, he is an enraged human, I guess. So the crystal does absorb your spur, so you're going to want to be careful of that. Basically, the trick with that swirly attack is there's always at least one spot where if you stand, you won't get hit. Just find it. And here's a bouncy thing. It looks really dangerous, but it's really not. Just try to hit him as hard as you can. You may want to use your missiles here, but only a couple of them. So just don't use them all. Best time to hit him is when his crystal is not near him, but well, you can't get everything. Now, do not use your life pot here if you're going for the best ending. If you do use your life pot, you won't have it available for the next 4-tier boss fight, which trust me, is even harder. So this guy is basically the Doctor with less health points and a few more dangerous attacks. So be careful of him. He can get pretty challenging if you don't keep moving. Basically, this is the enraged form of the Doctor. Now he does spawn a whole bunch of bats in this attack, so that's useful to replenish your health should you need it. But like I said earlier, if you're not going for the best ending, feel free to use your life pod, but do not use it if you have saved Curly and gotten the booster 2.0 and all the steps. So anyway, a neat little trick that I myself needed to walk through to do. You can talk to all the Amiga on the ground. You've seen them all before. There's Choco and Santa and that little girl person that said she wasn't scared. But the trick is, talk to Choco twice. So once, and then talk to her again. And all the top Amiga will spawn hearts above them. Unfortunately, they are the flashy hearts, so they do go away in a bit. But if you're really fast, you might be able to catch all of them. Maybe. I highly doubt it, though. So the next boss is a 3-tier boss fight. As you can imagine, all 3 of the bosses that we have already gone through have actually survived, because you see the Doctor floated away in his red mist form. So here's Misery, and she spawns Sue, who she grabbed apparently. So yeah, I'm just skipping through all this because this is actually my second try on this boss fight. I didn't expect to do that. But anyway, it's pretty simple to explain. Misery captured Sue, the Doctor comes back with his crystal in his red mist form. Misery can't kill him, and the Doctor decides that Misery will be his puppet, mutates her into some thing. Red Crystal goes after Sue, mutates her, and then the Doctor himself reactivates the island's core. So we're now fighting 3 bosses. So there is you can kill Misery and Sue. If you kill Sue, Misery will start launching homing projectiles at you, like the ones that were fired by Monster X, and you do not want that in this boss fight. So just, if you can, dodge Sue and ignore Misery. When you hit Misery, she will spawn minions. So if you're willing to wait on that, you can destroy those for some health. But basically the trick is just hit the core when its face is open for as much damage as you can. So when his teeth are up, he does fire those little projectiles at you, but pretty much every projectile that's fired can be destroyed. However, if you don't destroy them, they can get damaging. With the spur, which you are charging up, it can be pretty annoying. So the star is generally enough to keep back Sue, because when she attacks, when she's attacking, if you hit her once, she'll kind of fall backwards. As you can see, I'm running ridiculously low on health, so this would be a good time to use the life pot if you want to, and you're not going for the best ending. But, see, I just hit him. Ooh, that's close. That's really close. And I actually managed to win. With 1 health point left, I managed to beat the boss. So yeah, no matter how long it takes, you'll probably eventually win. Anyway, that was stupid lucky. Anyway, so Aito and Sue's mom are all ready to leave. And Kazuma's probably gotten off the island already. But if you remember, one of the side effects of destroying the core was that the island would start to collapse. So we destroyed the core, it's our fault, but fortunately killing the Doctor reverted Sue and Misery to their normal forms. So anyway, let's get out of here. Fortunately, our health is all the way restocked. Yes! All the Mimiga escaped. And there's falling rocks in this next bit, so be careful. So if you're going for the best ending, the prefab building will be open, and you can head in there. As you can see, there's now a hole ripped in the bottom. you can't rest, unfortunately. And you are locked in, but this is the way to go for the best ending. Unfortunately, this is a good ending video. So, I'm going to go ahead and give up after I've saved so we can reload for the next episode. And get to the, and let's get to the good ending. Anyway, you don't have to worry about your health. This is the end of the game right here. This is it. Anyway, over this way. I'm getting hit so much, but I have 50 health, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, here we are. So it's a dead end, and they're gonna jump. Alright. Let's get off this island. Yeah. This is the end of Cave Story, so if you're looking for gameplay, you can go ahead and leave the video now. But if you're looking for more story, you can watch later. So as you can see, this is showing you all the areas that you just destroyed. So happy? Are you happy now? So, yeah, there's some pretty sad music playing in the background, too. Anyway, here's a neat little scene showing the island falling to its doom. Now, I think it's supposed to go a little bit faster, but because of recording lag, it's going slightly slow. So, yeah, that's what the island looked like the whole time. Good to know, isn't it? You know, I don't think they ever made up their minds. It's like a sci-fi fantasy mix. Anyway, we've still got a video left, and the credits are coming up. So, yeah. If you guys don't want to watch the credits or anything, you can go ahead and leave now. But, we're heading into the best ending. So, yeah. Anyway. So this actually was one of my shorter videos, but the next one is even shorter. So here is the final cutscene. This is pretty much the only thing you need to stay here to watch, I guess. So, quotes falling. And you remember Kazuma? He caught you. So yeah, we made it. We survived. The island collapsed. The doctor we won't be seeing again. And we got peace and stuff. And here's the credits. I saved the eggfish. I got the achievement. Yes! So here's a bunch of artwork. Concept art, I say. And showing what the scenes from the game technically look like. And here's some character names in case you didn't know them. And the areas which they are from. So you can look here in case you didn't know their names. They weren't told to you in a lot of them. So yeah, now you know all their names. Yeah. So fortunately, the credits list is kind of small because the original game was pretty much just one guy doing the entire thing. Now, as you can probably imagine, it took a little more people to make the game's improved soundtrack, improved options menu, controller compatibility, translations, graphics, all that good stuff. But other than that, it's actually pretty small. So the main credits list is basically just all the character names. So, and there's even some concept art so you can see what the scenes are like. So yeah. Yeah. So Balrog is listed under a new friend, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. It mentions every character in the entire game, I'm sure, even ones that you don't even get to talk to, like the sculptor there. So that's pretty nice. And now we're starting the monster list, I think. Yeah, now it's telling you the names of all the creatures that you've been brutally murdering. Yeah. Even the door. They even mentioned the door. That's pretty cool. So there's a few scenes. As you can see, the battle log is now working at it as a nurse, apparently. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, you can see all the names in case you missed any. Yeah. Here's Jenka, she got all her puppies back somehow. Yeah. Got some good music in the background at least. And here, the bot is activating more robots. One of them exploded. Anyway, here's a boss list as well. Or the bosses that aren't characters, at least. So yeah. So true heroes meet the Red Ochre. You get this even if you don't. So it's kind of a hint to the best ending. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So it looks like the helicopter picked up a few of the captured Amiga, so we know where they all went. Anyway, as you can see, it is credits, but there's not much left in the video, so it's not like a movie credits that stretch 3 hours long. There's a machine that's supposed to turn the back into humans, apparently, but nope. Nope. Just no. That's a pretty big testers list there. Anyway. And in the very special thanks list is us! Yay! So this is the end of the credits, and the monster names and everything. Here's a character list. Now you may not have saved Curly, which is why she isn't on this list. So the best ending can be gotten by any character doing anything. Now we'll be going for the good ending, which you can only get by doing pretty much everything in this walkthrough. Other than that, let's go ahead and reload our game. And class dismissed. See you when we complete the best ending. Goodbye, everybody.